it's never been checked, it's backed up in the burner, it's damaged all the seals, it's dripped onto the board, damaged that. Essentially, something like that out of warranty, you may as well get a new boiler.
Today I'm going to explain why boiler servicing actually matters, what happens during a service, and what can happen if you skip one. Because this isn't just about ticking a box on paperwork, it's about safety, efficiency, and making that boiler last as long as it possibly can. After all, it's one of the most important systems inside your home. What goes on during a service does change from boiler to boiler, it all depends on the manufacturer instructions. However, the engineer is meant to check the heat exchanger, the burner, the seals, the ignition system, and your flue integrity. Gas pressure and combustion levels are tested to make sure the boiler operates the way it should, and safety devices are checked to make sure they are working correctly and shut down the boiler when they need to. We also clean out any condensate traps when needed, and magnetic filters if on the system to look for sludge and debris. In short, it's about making sure everything is clean, safe, and efficient on your boiler. The number one reason for boiler servicing is safety. Boilers burn gas, and if it is done incorrectly, it can cause something called carbon monoxide. When you get a new boiler from iHeat, we offer a carbon monoxide alarm which should be in every single household in the UK. It literally saves lives. If you're watching this video with quite an old boiler that's not been serviced in a very long time, it may be time for a new one. So head to the iHeat website, fill in a rather quick quote, and we can head the very next day to install your brand new boiler. During a service, combustion is tested to make sure it's within safe limits, and flue connections are checked properly to make sure all waste gases are removed from the property correctly. It's preventative safety, not reactive safety. Over time, boilers collect debris and build up blockages. If components become dirty or partially blocked, they will start to run inefficiently. This means the boiler has to work harder to heat your home the same way as it used to, which just costs you more money. When a boiler is cleaned and serviced correctly, your boiler will run properly, efficiently, and therefore save you money. And in a time of rising energy prices, efficiency is key. Getting your boiler serviced every year keeps your boiler in tip-top condition, just how the manufacturer wanted it and designed it to be. Speaking of which, most modern boilers such as Valent, Worcester, Ideal, all come with manufacturer-backed warranties when you buy from iHeat. However, if you skip a service, you don't think it's worth the time, you don't book it in advance, something goes wrong with that boiler, the manufacturer will just turn their nose up at you.
Something so small as a condensate trap I have seen, it's blocked, it's never been checked, it's backed up in the burner, it's damaged all the seals, it's dripped onto the board, damaged that. Essentially, something like that out of warranty, you may as well get a new boiler. It's just hundreds and hundreds of pounds worth of damage over 2 minutes of taking that out and clearing it down the sink. It's so simple.
You need to have your servicing done every single year to maintain that manufacturer warranty. Now this brings me on to something really important. What should you actually look for when booking a boiler service?
If your engineer's in and out within 10 minutes, he's not doing it properly.
A proper service should follow a clear checklist. It should involve combustion testing, seal checks, flue integrity checks, and cleaning components where needed. You're not just paying for someone to show up, you're paying for safety and thoroughness.
There's a list to follow, we follow it every time. Keeps you in warranty, keeps you safe, keeps peace of mind. Everyone's happy.
We often see boilers that haven't been serviced for years. You could argue if it was serviced, we wouldn't be replacing it. Seals dry out, components get blocked. Simple, small issues now become massive breakdowns. And it's not just the obvious parts either. There are components inside the boiler that are often missed during a quick service. Like the expansion vessel. That's a safety device that controls pressure inside the system. If it's not checked properly, you can end up with pressure constantly dropping or valves dripping outside. Over time, that can lead to internal damage and unnecessary repair costs.
Overlooked often on a service is the expansion vessel. It is a safety device. If you look inside the manufacturing instructions, it'll tell you what it needs to be. Generally, I pump them up to 1 bar. I think, without looking at the instructions off the top of my head, I think it's 0.75. Again, I would take them just slightly over because you lose a bit when you take them off.
It's simple checks like that, done properly, that stop small issues turning into expensive breakdowns. A service costs far less than an emergency repair. The usual cost for a boiler service starts from £99 when you book through iHeat. Whether you've had a boiler installed by us personally or you just have a boiler you want to be serviced properly, head to the iHeat website and get a quote now. Whilst you're here, if you're enjoying this video or find it informative, please do subscribe and leave a like down below. It helps out a great deal. A well-maintained boiler can last significantly longer than a neglected one. It's just common sense. Think of it like a car. You get it serviced, MOT'd every year, it will look after you just like you're looking after it. Internal components stay clear, combustion operates the way it's meant to, and it delays the time until you have to fork out a load more money for a new one. Now, a boiler service doesn't guarantee your boiler will work forever. Parts do fail over time. It's about safety, efficiency, warranty protection, and just making that boiler last as long as it possibly can. If your boiler hasn't been serviced in the last 12 months, I can't stress enough why you get it booked in and get one done properly with iHeat. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. This has been iHeat.